So I think we can start. It's 4 p.m. and Saturday, 26th of October. So I welcome you all. As you can see, the slide on the main slide, which is there, which is titled Women Entrepreneur Funding Support Program by VISA. So VISA, as you must be knowing, there are credit card companies, VISA and MasterCard. So this particular Women Entrepreneurship Funding Support Program is basically brought out by Visa. So how to apply in this program? What are the eligibility conditions? How this it can help your startup? How it can help your existing business? We will discuss about it in brief. One more important thing which I want to mention, that as part of the project to support entrepreneurs at Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences, I have set up a help desk, because what I have seen in my experience as a trainer for entrepreneurship, that there are many schemes, programs, grants, funding which are available from the government of Estonia, or which are available from European Union, and which are available from international organizations like the World Bank, USAID, United Nations, and many similar organizations. Most of the entrepreneurs face an issue that, first of all, they don't have access to information, which all funding programs are available. The second problem which I've seen is that how to apply in those particular programs. So every funding program has basically an application form which has to be filled up. So how to apply in that particular program, how to fill up, how to show your business plan, how to prepare your business plan. That is what this help desk at Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences is going to help you out. So the main objective of today's session is, first of all, to give you information, and then most importantly, to help you apply in this particular program. Before I move to the next slide, this is the first in a series of entrepreneurship education program which I'm going to organize as a student of Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences. This is also part of my master thesis project. And my main objective is that these series, these education initiative, these education webinars, and we will be doing them in an online and in a classroom mode both, so that those who want to attend in an online format, they can attend it in an online format, and those who want to attend in a classroom situation, they can do that. But all these programs will definitely help you to enhance your revenue opportunities, to get you funding, and most importantly, which I have mentioned in the beginning, to help you fill up the forms. Because most of the entrepreneurs, they have a technical expertise, they are very much experts, they have expertise, they have the skills in terms of their product, in terms of their services which they are doing as an entrepreneur, but they may not have a financial background, they may not have a background how to prepare business plan. But how to help them then? This is basically what we are going to do as part of this initiative. Another important aspect which I want to tell, that the government of Estonia has taken a very useful, very important initiative by starting an e-residency program, wherein international expats, international entrepreneurs, entrepreneurs in European Union, entrepreneurs who are not based in Estonia, they can, from their own country, they can set up a virtual company in Estonia under the e-residency program. I found one issue, that most of these entrepreneurs who are outside from Estonia, and also there are many entrepreneurs who have settled down in Estonia or who are having their business startups in Estonia, they are maybe learning the Estonian language or they may not be knowing the Estonian language. So this particular education series will be in English so that those particular entrepreneurs who are learning Estonian, who are at a beginner's level, or maybe who do not know the Estonian language, but they are very much interested in being part of the Estonian entrepreneurship ecosystem. So these series in English will provide them a lot of help. So now let us begin with this particular introduction which I have given. This session is going to be of a 1 hour. Maybe I will try to complete it. And if there are any FAQs, if there are any questions, you can put it in the chat. Rather, I will prefer once the session is over, you can just maybe raise your hand and you can put your question. I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. Or once you watch this particular video on YouTube, you can put your questions in the comment. So now let me just make it a full screen. I think hope you are able to see the slide. I have made it a full screen. So let me move to the next slide. So as I have mentioned you can see EU ESG Hub. This is a social entrepreneurship project which I have set up as a student as part of my master's program, International Business Administration at Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences. I have registered this EU ESG Hub with the Estonian Association of Small Medium Enterprises and also with the Estonian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And the main objective of this particular social entrepreneurship project is to help tiny, micro, small and medium enterprises in Estonia. Now, you must have seen this particular slide, Sustainable Development Goals. World over, there is a lot of focus on climate risk mitigation, sustainability, waste management, recycling. So the United Nations have basically set out these 17 sustainable development goals. Today, across European Union and in the world, companies are being encouraged to basically do a ESG compliance, climate risk reporting, environmental social governance reporting, ESG implementation in their organizations. But what is ESG all about? How to implement it? That we are going to cover in a follow-up webinar. So through this slide, I'm just trying to say that whatever your project is there, whatever your business is there, whatever your startup is there, whenever we apply for a funding program, try to see out of these 17 goals, sustainable development goals, which particular program, just a minute, I think somebody has joined. Let me see. Okay, so let me continue. Yeah, let me make it a full screen. So whatever your startup is there, whatever your entrepreneurship project is there, try to ensure that that particular program, that particular entrepreneurship startup venture gets mapped, gets basically aligned with one of these 17 development goals. So maybe you may be doing a business, you may be doing a startup which has some alignment which can be mapped to, maybe you are trying to reduce poverty, you are basically focusing on trying to reduce hunger, you are into some kind of a food processing, you are some kind of a medical health entrepreneurship project, maybe you are a service provider in education content creation training, maybe you are working, you are a not for profit, you are working on some gender equality issues, maybe you are working on clean water and sanitation, or you are working on clean energy, you are working on decent work, skill development, economic growth, or you are a manufacturing company, you are working into some kind of metals, minerals, oil exploration, fishing, or you are into some kind of diversity, equity, inclusion, or you are into some kind of a smart city project, you are into some kind of a marine fishing kind of a entrepreneurship project. So whenever we prepare a business plan, try to basically see which particular sustainable development goal your entrepreneurship, your business gets mapped to. Let me move to next slide. So recently there was an article in Post Times, which is a very prominent, widely circulated newspaper in Estonia. Let me make it a full screen. There is a comment which has come. Okay. In that particular uh, newspaper article, as you can see, I have taken it from the Post Times. There are a lot of women entrepreneurs who basically dream of having their own business. And then there was a survey which was conducted, during which there were some interesting findings which came out. You can see those findings which are documented in this particular slide. So one of the finding is that yes, there are all women, there are many men, women who are interested in doing entrepreneurship, who wants to have their own business, who wants to have their, they don't want to work in some kind of a regular job. They want to have some, they want to be self-sustainable. In that particular survey, it came out that 34% of the men and 26% of the women had created their own company, but they are looking for some kind of a support. So during that survey, it came out that maybe a little bit men are ahead of the women in Estonia in terms of showing their entrepreneurship zeal. But why this difference is there between men and women when both of them are very much interested in becoming entrepreneurs? In the middle paragraph, as you can see, they have documented the biggest motivation of Estonians to start their own business is the desire to be their own boss, have greater control over their work-life balance. Again, a very important finding was that women in Estonia, they value work-life balance slightly more than the men. And that was also one of the important reason for women in Estonia to look for entrepreneurship. Again, in the last paragraph, as you can see, for both women and men, one of the most important reasons to start a business is the desire to be financially successful, which I've just mentioned. They want to be self-sustainable. Now, what are the reasons? What are the obstacles? What are the constraints which many of these entrepreneurs, especially the women entrepreneurs in Estonia, face? So we are going to see that in the next slide. As you can see, the lack of financing is particularly noticeable among the young women entrepreneurs in Estonia. So there are 80% of the women under the age of 29 who dream of owning their own business, but they lack the financial opportunities. What do we mean by this? This basically means that there are many women entrepreneurs, young women entrepreneurs, who wants to be self-independent, who wants to have their own startup, who wants to have a work-life balance, who wants to be financially sustainable, and at the same time, they want to contribute to the Estonian economy. They want to contribute towards the UN SDGs. But the major issue which they face is access to financing. And another important issue which the women entrepreneurs face is whether there will be a sufficient demand for the product or service. So they have two issues. One is access to funding, access to finance. And secondly, if as a woman entrepreneur, they are able to get the funding, will they be able to have sufficient demand for their products or for their services in Estonia or internationally or maybe within the European Union? Now, as we move further to basically resolve these two particular issues, to basically help the women entrepreneurs mitigate these two issues, VISA, which I've just mentioned in the opening slide, VISA is a credit card company, is a credit card processor, together with Luminor and Novatar. These two companies, they have basically a program in place which is called She is Next support program, which is basically which is basically operational across the Nordic and the Baltic countries. And this is their third year. So in the Baltic countries, it's basically there in Lithuania, it is there in Latvia, and it is also there in Estonia. Now the main takeaway, and for this particular presentation, if you see, I have already underlined it. So if you apply in this She is Next support program from Visa, then two Estonian companies which are owned by women, they will receive 10,000 euros each. That means in all, 20,000 euros will be given by Visa International together with Luminor and Novatar to encourage women entrepreneurship, to help them get access to funding and also get mentoring support. So 10,000 euros each, and with it 1 year of personal business consulting. Then if you see at the bottom, last year, two companies, that is in the year 2023, in Estonia, I have highlighted two companies. One is Triumph Health and the other is Lapu Dua. Both of these companies were selected under the Visa She is Next support program. They received 10,000 euros and they also received personal business consulting support. Now you can also be part of this particular program, and that is a reason to provide you information. This particular knowledge webinar has been organized. What is the timelines for applying in She is Next program? As you can see at the bottom, it is 31st of October. All companies who are applying for this program, they have to be registered in Estonia, and at least 51% ownership should be from women. That means the capital which is there, that should be owned by a woman. So suppose there is a capital of maybe 100 euros. So at least 51 euros should be from the woman entrepreneur, and the remaining 49 can be from any other business partner. Now let us move further as we try to understand it. So this is the website. This is the home page which says She is Next, sponsored by Visa. You must have seen the Visa logo. You must have seen the Luminor, and apply in. This is what the website says. Let us move further. So now this is the highlight. What are the takeaways when you apply in this particular program? This is a growth program. Growth program means you are already having a established company in Estonia and now you want to scale it up. One more important thing which I want to mention to those Estonian entrepreneurs who are just starting up, or maybe who don't have a company registered, they should not feel that this webinar may be of not use to them. If you will see in the subsequent slides, I am going to speak about how even those entrepreneurs who have a very good idea, who know about a good business opportunity, but they don't have a company registered, or maybe they don't own 51% as a woman in the business, or they don't have a company which is registered for 1 year. So still they can get lot of funding support from other programs from the government of Estonia and from the European Union and from other international entrepreneurship resources. But in today's session, as I have mentioned in the beginning, I am focusing on companies who have already been into business for 1 year, who have their company registered in Estonia, and wherein 51% capital is owned by the woman. So once you get selected in the program, 31st October is the timeline. You get a euro grant money. I'm underlining the money. I'm underlining grant. It's not a loan. So it's a euro 10,000 grant, which will be invested, which will be given to you by Visa. Once they approve, they review your application, they review your business potential, and they select you. Along with this, you will also be given 1 year of personal business consulting through Novator. Now, Novator is a company registered in Latvia, and Novator specializes in providing business mentoring. It's an association of women entrepreneurs who basically provide networking, marketing support, business development support to women entrepreneurs. So there are two takeaways. One is a grant, and the second is mentoring support of how to enhance your revenue potential, how to get more clients, where to look for business opportunities. So these are the two issues which I have identified, which were basically the takeaways which came out from a survey which was conducted by Post Times, which is a prominent newspaper in Estonia. The third takeaway is there is a 1 year membership to the Novator Club. As I've told you, it's a network of women entrepreneurs. So you are getting three benefits, and your investment in this is zero. There is no application money, there is no application fees. You have to just basically fill up the application form. And for that, again, I have told you, at Estonian University of Entrepreneurship, we have set up this particular help desk which will help you to fill up the application, which will help you to basically understand what are the eligibility conditions and how to prepare a good business plan. Now, these are the eligibility conditions. You have to be registered in Estonia. You have to be registered with the registry of company. Again, if you have issues how to register your company, which form of organization will be the most suitable one for your company, this help desk which we have set up at Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences, this is really going to help you in registering your company. So when I thought of doing this education series, entrepreneurship development series, my main focus is that there are many entrepreneurs who have a very good business potential, but maybe they don't come from a financial background, or even if they come from a financial background, they don't know how to prepare a good business plan, how to fill up the application form. Either they go to an accountant, they take some professional services, they pay some professional charges. But since I'm focusing on tiny, micro, small, medium enterprises, for these enterprises, they are already running on a tight financial budget. So to help them without incurring any cost, this particular not-for-profit help desk has been set up by me at the Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences, which will be a one-stop help desk, which will give you virtual support, which will give you offline support in all aspects of entrepreneurship so that you are successful as an entrepreneur. So in terms of registering your company, if it is already registered, that's good. And one of the eligibility condition for this program is your company should be already registered. It should be in operation for 1 year. There has to be 51% female participation, and it should have a physical or a digital space. What do I mean by having a physical or a digital place? Physical place means you have a brick or mortar, you have some kind of a store, you have some kind of a business office, you have some kind of a like a co-working space where your office is situated from where you are operating, or or maybe you are working from your home, so that is your small office, home office. Or maybe you have a virtual presence, you are a digital nomad, you have a website, you have a social media account in the name of your company. So you can see how flexible the program is, either physical or digital. And if you have both of them, then it's all the more good. Let us move further. Now, one important thing, as I've told you in this particular first webinar, there is takeaway for everyone, even for those Estonian entrepreneurs who don't have a company, or for those Estonian entrepreneurs who already have a company. They are looking for scaling up, they are looking for expanding, or they want to diversify into new products. They want to diversify into new service offerings. So there is a website called EU Startups. I have just, if you can see on the screen in front of you, what is the importance of this EU startup? And there are internationally, every country has a startup website. Now, the objective of this particular slide is, if you can see, sorted by country. If you see at the lower portion, you can see all these EU countries: Austria, Croatia, Denmark, France, Belgium, Cyprus, Estonia. And in the bracket, you can see a number is there. Like in front of Austria, it is 703. In front of Estonia, it is 724. In front of Finland, it is 565. So all these numbers signify what? These numbers signify that these are the number of startups who are already registered and operating in these countries. So there are 724 EU startups which are based out or which are operating in Estonia. There are 660 startups in Belgium which are doing some kind of a startup project, which are doing some kind of a service or a product based business. Similarly, in Finland, there are 565. Now, why I'm trying to show you this particular slide? Many of the entrepreneurs, many of the women entrepreneurs, they face an issue. As I have mentioned in the beginning, that lot of women are interested, lot of young women are interested in having their own business because they want to do something which contributes back to the Estonian economy. They want to contribute back to the society. But what project they should take up? Ideation, business ideation, social enterprise ideation. So all these startups which are already operating in so many European countries, you can go to this EU startup and you can look at these EU startup database. So suppose you go to maybe Finland. If you click on the Finland icon, and you will see 565 startups which are already operating in Finland. So you can look whether that particular idea, whether it is a product related idea, whether it is a service related idea, if you like that idea, you can adapt that idea and you can launch it in Estonia. Because there are many students, there are many entrepreneurs who basically have an issue that yes, they are very motivated to become an entrepreneur, but they don't know which project to take up, which entrepreneurship idea they should get into, which entrepreneurship idea has a good potential for revenue, for growth, whether they should go in for a product based entrepreneurship project, whether they should go for a service based project, whether they should go for a for profit company, whether they should go for a not for profit company. So this will give you a lot of ideation. Maybe you can look at 2 3 ideas. You can pick up some idea from Finland, you can pick up some idea from Denmark, you can combine, and then you can adapt it and then launch it in Estonia. Or maybe you are someone who already has an idea in your mind, but you don't know how to access funds, how to market it, how to register your company. This is where Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences, and as I have mentioned, the help desk which I have set up as part of my social entrepreneurship initiative, this will provide you one-stop shop, 7 days a week, online and offline mode. Now let us move further. Now, I mentioned you that 10,000 euros will be provided to 2 women entrepreneurs who get selected under this She's Next program. At the same time, I've also mentioned that the another takeaway is that you will be getting counseling support. What is that counseling support? That counseling support is 1 hour of coaching per month, tailored to business needs, access to Novatar Club, which I already told you is based in Latvia, which is basically a women entrepreneurship networking platform, which can be accessed online in Estonia itself. Access to a private digital community for constant connection, knowledge sharing. You can find your clients, you can find your potential maybe partners. Then event invitations to the Novator events, talks, seminar. Education in today's world, information is asset, information is differentiator. How fast you are able to access information, how fast you are able to convert that information into a business opportunity, that is the key differentiator. So this particular Novator Club membership, which will be given to you as part of this particular She's Next program, it includes 1 hour of coaching per month, and also at the same time it provides you a networking platform. Let us move further. Now you can see there is a membership fees, network growth. There are three kind of membership which you can take. There is a 19 euro networking. There is a grow 49 euros per month. There is a 99 euro per month for impact. But as I told you, once you get selected in this She's Next program from Visa, you don't need to pay this fees. You are going to get free mentoring support. You are going to have digital access to this platform. You will going to have access to all particular events, seminar, knowledge sessions, all the resources which are there on the Novator website once you get selected under this particular program from Visa. So you can save up on these particular expenses. You can save up on these particular cost. Now, what are the important dates? So as I have mentioned you, the application process began for She's Next support program on October 7th. The timeline for submission of the application is 31st of October. And once you have submitted your application for being considered to be selected under this She's Next program, then from 20th January to 15th of February 2025 next year, results will be announced. Who are the two successful women entrepreneurs who have been selected under this program? And then they will receive 10,000 euro grant each, and they will also receive membership of the Novator Club. Now, one important thing, that is my personal belief as well as my professional belief. This does not mean that the women entrepreneurs who have applied and maybe they did not got selected, their idea was perhaps in any way less than the ones from who are selected. Every business idea has a huge potential. As till as you have will, there is a way. So please never have a feeling that maybe I prepared the business plan, I filled up the application, I provided all the details, but still I have not been selected. No issues. If you will see in this presentation, I'll speak about many other funding options. There are many other access to finance option. This is not the end of the road. This is just one of the funding option which is available. And as I mentioned you, this is a series of entrepreneurship education series which is being organized starting from today as the first session, where I will be discussing, informing you about all these funding options. So if you are not able to get through, that in no way reflects your competency, that in no way reflects the potential of your business opportunity. There is always something which is there for you. The only thing is you have a drive, you are motivated. And I again also believe a person will only be motivated, a woman entrepreneur will only be motivated once she has an entrepreneurship ecosystem to support her. She has access to funds, she has access to marketing platform, she has some kind of a help desk, some kind of a not for profit, non chargeable help desk which can help identify and apply on her behalf in these particular programs, in these particular grants, which can be basically a virtual as well as an in-person helpline for the woman entrepreneur. So now in a couple of slides, I'm just trying to give you a flavor that there are certain women who got selected. What was their business profile? What was their idea? So that you get a little bit motivated that these are just women next door. These are one among you. They are not something who are born entrepreneurs. They were just like you. Maybe they were students, they were housewives, they were working in a corporate setup. They had done their maybe business qualification, they had done their bachelor's, they have done their high school, but they want to be their own boss. They want to have their own enterprise. They want to do something for the society. They want to contribute to the Estonian economy. So last year, 18 female entrepreneurs from Baltics and the Nordics received Visa She's Next growth funding. So here we have given some stats. As I've told you, this particular She's Next program is basically operated in Nordic countries as well as in the Baltic countries. and it started in 2020, and till now 3.8 million US dollars have been provided to various companies who got selected under this program. Let us move further. So as you can see, we have Andra Holman. She has her Lapa Do, which is a project, business startup project, and she is from Estonia. So she is one of the founders of Lapa Do, which basically produces eco-friendly wax cloth food pads. And she graduated from horticulture and is a passionate admirer of the beauty of nature. Now, again, an important thing. Number one, she is a woman next door. Number two, she is not having something which is very, very tech oriented. She is having some very non-tech product, which is like eco-friendly wax cloth food pads. This is something which aligns with the UN sustainable goals. This is something which aligns with the European Union environmental social governance directive. So you are basically having, Andhra is having a green entrepreneurship project. Andhra is basically doing a sustainable project, and she in her own little way is contributing to the green economy. Then we have Zanda Ozala. Her business venture is Pupuchi, and she is again from our friendly neighbor Latvia. Her product is basically innovative roasted legume snacks. Their culinary venture began as a brainstorm by Zanda and evolved with the help of food technologist Christine. Now, my main, again, I am very, very like nice to have this information shared with you. Again, this is a non-technical product, non-technology. It is not something which has to do with some kind of a cyber security, which has to do something with artificial intelligence, because there are many entrepreneurs who have a very good non-tech idea, non-tech business opportunity, because mostly we around us in the society in which we live, in the people with whom we network, generally there is a perception that everything is digital, everything is something which has to do with like cyber security, artificial intelligence, something which has to have a technological intervention. And I, as a woman entrepreneur, is not having a technical background. I am from a maybe horticulture background. I am a normal, I have done my bachelor's, I have done my master's in economics, in commerce, in business, maybe in some kind of a creative art. But yes, I want to be a woman entrepreneur. So this particular She's Next program from Visa is providing funding to all kind of product or services, whether they have a tech orientation or even they have a non-tech orientation. The third one is Ginta Drobiska, and she is having a Tutu family, which is the title of her startup project. Ginta is from Latvia, and she is a mother of two daughters, and she is the founder of the brand Tutu family. Ginta's company has prepared various educational materials for children. Again, an important thing. This is a non-product, a service-based kind of a product. She has prepared like printable material, pluses. So it's a hybrid. It has some products, it has some service-based like offering. So again, I want to motivate the women entrepreneurs that they should never feel that all the funding programs are only available for products. So this particular program and the other programs which I'm going to discuss with you in the subsequent sessions, whether you have a business product, you have a business service offering, both these categories are covered. It's not only limited to that you should be having some kind of a product which you are manufacturing. And then we have two women entrepreneurs, Oste and Eva. They have their business academy, Sustain Academy, which is the title of their startup project, and they are both based in Lithuania, again one of the Baltic countries. We have Giluka Laboratory, that is the title of her startup project. She is again from Lithuania, Nerigna, and she is having a STEAM-based education initiative for students in grades 1 and 2. So we are covering products, we are covering services, and we are also covering STEM products. So all kind of products, services, whether they are STEM, non-STEM, science, technology, mathematics, non-STEM based, but everything is covered. So now we move further. So you have Triumph Health, again, Kadri Haljas. She's the founder and CEO of Triumph Health, whose mission is to apply technology for the benefits of children's mental health. So now we have a this particular startup which has a technology orientation. So as you have seen all these women entrepreneur profile, some of them have product, some of them have a STEM product, some of them have a service which is something creative, which has nothing to do with technology, which is like something which has to do with sustainability, which is something to do with recycling, which has something to do with creativity. So all these kind of categories are covered under the She is Next program. Now, where to apply for this particular She is Next growth funding program at Visa? So in this particular slide, I have mentioned the web link where you can go and you can apply. Either you can apply on your own, or you can take the help of this particular help desk which has been set up at the Estonian Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences, which is based at Alamesti city in Tallinn, Estonia. Now I'm just trying to give you some idea of how the application form looks like. So if you can fill up on your own, you can do that. Or if you want to take some assistance through email, you want to come in for an in-person meeting for guidance, for mentoring support, you want to have some kind of a online video, WhatsApp, digital, Facebook Messenger kind of a mentoring support, then we are open for. The main objective is to provide mentoring support to the woman entrepreneurs so that she should not at all have a feeling that I do not have a business background, I am from a creative background, I am from a science background, I have done my high school, but I have no financial skills. So how should I prepare the application? How should I fill up the application? We are there to fill up that particular gap under this social entrepreneurship initiative, and there are no charges for that, because we do understand that as an SME, as a tiny micro small enterprise, you are trying to expand your business, you are trying to accelerate your growth, yeah, and you have to be very much focused on your cost, on your expenses. As an SME already, you are pretty much like constrained on funding. So that's a reason we are stepping in to help you out. So this is what the application form says. Welcome to participate in the Visa She is Next Baltic Countries Growth Money Program, which is held in cooperation with Helway. Now I'm just trying to, so you can see 10,000 euro grant is there. There has to be 1 year of personal business guiding. Then these are the eligibility conditions, which I have already told you. First is you have to be registered in Estonia, where we can help you at the Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences. You have to be an applicant who is 18 plus. You need to have 51% ownership. I have given you an example. Again, I am giving you, suppose you started your company with 1,000 euros. So your capital should be 51 euros, 510 euros. And the good part, which I want to tell you, that today the government of the Republic of Estonia, to encourage entrepreneurship, you can set up your company virtually with 1 euro. You don't need to make heavy investment, maybe 100 euros. You don't need, so just you want to be an entrepreneur, with just 1 euro, you can set up your company virtually in an expeditious manner. And if you don't know how to go about registering your company, we are there to help you at the Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences. As I've also told you, you have a digital place, whether it's a store, physical store, you have a website, or you have both. So now this is how the application looks like. So you have to fill up. This is an online form. This is a digital form. You can just go to the website. I have already shown you the link, and you can start filling this particular application form. Again, important things. This is in Estonian as well as in English language. Suppose you face any issues in terms of filling up the application program form, or maybe you are able to fill up certain sections of the application form, but you have some doubts, you have some questions at a particular line item in the application form, you can get in touch with this help desk and we will provide you the support. So are you 18 years old? Which your address? How do you identify yourself, whether you're a male, female? What country are you applying from? Are you from Estonia? You are from Latvia or from Lithuania? What is your Facebook address if you have a Facebook account? Since the eligibility condition is that you already are having a company which is operational for 1 year. So hopefully you may be having a Facebook account. Okay. Enter the address of your company's Facebook page. You have to just give the social media account address. I'm just running you through to give you some idea of how the application form looks like. Enter your company's Instagram account address like the Gen Z. I have seen the Gen Z more comfortable doing business promotion on Instagram, on WhatsApp marketing. So maybe you want to like share your Facebook account, Instagram account, WhatsApp link, so LinkedIn account, so you can do that. It will be nice if you can share the links because it shows your digital presence. And as I've told you, one of the eligibility condition is either you should have a physical office space. It could be a co-working space. It could be your small office, home office. It could be some kind of a rental place you have taken. It could be some kind of a place you are sharing with any of the other co-business partners. You have your own self-owned office space. It can be a tiny office space, but you need to have a digital or a physical presence. How did you find about the Visa Next program? So here you can just maybe you can mention that you got to know about it through the Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences, a knowledge series webinar organized, or maybe if you already know about it, whether you got to know about it from Google search, social media, internet. So whatever medium you got to know about this She's Next support program, you can just check that particular box. Now, in the subsequent few pages, it is just asking you information about your existing company so that they can do a selection in term, because only two entrepreneurs have to be selected. So, and I have very highly stressed this thing that every business has a potential. It is just that out of the fund available, they can at the most select two entrepreneurs within Estonia. So what is the name of your company? What is the company web address? If you don't have a web address, we can help you to create, maybe through WordPress. We can help you to create a simple website. When did the company start operations? Then how would you describe your company? Is it a small business, startup? All these questions are there. What phase is your company? Is it at an idea level, ready with the concept, beta testing, angel investment, seed stage, past the seed stage, post series B? So you can select whichever. Now there are many entrepreneurs who may not understand what a post series B, series A, seed stage, angel, they may not understand it. So I will strongly recommend that you can select the company operates and makes a turnover, because this program is specifically for enterprises who are already operating for 1 year, who have a digital or a offline presence. So the company operates and makes a turnover. If you select at the idea level, then you will get eliminated at the initial stage itself, because this particular program, this particular support program is for existing enterprises who are looking forward for scaling up or for expanding their existing businesses. How your company doing now, whether you are growing slowly, you are quite stable, you are trying to stand, you are doing some kind of a reorganization. Rather, again, you can select grow slowly, the first option. What field does your company operate in? Select all that apply. So whether you have business services, you are from a biotechnology, digital media, lifestyle, film, finances, fitness, photography, city, real estate, home goods, community, art, logistic, non-profit sector, mood, music. So if you can see, the list is quite inclusive. So all kind of products, all kind of services are there to a great extent. So as I've told you in the beginning, this particular She's Next support program is not only limited to some product based company. It can be a service, it can be something which is creative, it is something which is digital, it is something which can be a product also. Let us move further. Science, B2B, it can be a B2C, it can be healthcare, medical, food and drink, it can be industry, public benefit, it can be a social enterprise, health and wellness. Again, public benefits, non-profit, for profit. There are many entrepreneurs who are having a social entrepreneurship company. So this program is even for those, because many entrepreneurs may have a question that is this particular support program from Visa only available for companies which are not for profit, which are basically having a profit model? Is this program not available for social enterprises? Is this program not available for NGOs? Is this program not available for not for profits? So I want to inform you that whether you are a for profit, not for profit, this is for all. Whether you are a product or you are a service based company. How many full-time employees? It could be one. If you are a solopreneur, it can be 2 5, it can be 6 to 10, it can be 11 to 20, depending upon what size you have of your company. How many paid freelancers or service? You can select 0, you can select 1. If you are only one yourself who is basically managing all the digital marketing, business documentation, accounting, uh, proposal application, so depending upon how much staff you have, you can select this option. Quite simple. What are your current challenges in growing your business? This is something which I feel is an important slide. Why is this important? Because whatever you select in this particular slide will help you to get that 1 hour free counseling, 1 hour of mentoring support from Novator, which is based in Latvia. So I told you, one is that you will get 10,000 funding, grant funding, and secondly, you will get a membership of the Novator Club, which is based in Latvia. So you will get a virtual digital access to all their knowledge resources on their platform, and you will also have 1 hour of mentoring support, and you will have access to all their marketing, networking, events, seminars, webinars. But to provide you a good mentoring support, a good uh, consultation, business support, they need to know what are the pain points, what are the problem statement, what are the gaps, what are the issues you are facing in your business, whether it is funding, whether you feel your turnover is shrinking, whether you want to build a website, you want to have some kind of a social presence, or you don't know how to promote your how to do a digital marketing. You have concerns about marketing of your product, whether it should be franchised, whether how you should market, how to display your product, where to market your product. Should I do it all alone? Should I do it as a part time, work, or should I do it full time? Should I do it as a side hustle? I don't have a trainer or mentor to guide me. So if you don't have a trainer or mentor, then this particular program comes to your help. And even if you are not selected, as I've told you, the help desk at the Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences is already there for you. And as part of that help desk, we are doing this particular webinar for you. I feel disconnected and need a community that understands what I'm going through as an entrepreneur. I'm having trouble launching a website. So any kind of issues, I'm doubting my business idea, my ability to run the business. So whatever you feel are the showstoppers, it can be one, it can be more than one. You can select them. How do you introduce your company in up to 400 pages? Please explain what your company does, what problem you solve, how your product service idea is suitable for solving it, whether you have created partnerships. So you can fill up this information about your company, because as an entrepreneur, you are the best. What was the gap? What was the problem which you have tried to address through your company, through your product, through your service? Or the market is so big that there is space for everyone and you want to be part of that particular space. So what are you providing as a product? What are you providing as a service? Who are your customers? How is it benefiting them? How your customers stand out separately? Or the market is so big that there is a space for everyone. What measures, if any, you are taking to ensure that your business is environmentally sustainable? In this particular, you can mention how your particular business connects with the SDG, UN Sustainable Development Goals, European Union, ESG framework. So how does it like basically align map? And as I've shown you in the beginning slide, every venture, every startup will have something or the other, will definitely find one out of the 17 SDG goals where they can map their startup. So, and how they are trying to basically doing maybe carbon footprint, their greenhouse gas emissions, maybe you are using the public transportation, rather than using your own car, rather than using your own bike, rather than using your own vehicle. uh, this is another way of reducing greenhouse gas emissions. So maybe you are sourcing your raw material which have been grown in an organic way. You are basically disposing of your waste in a segregated manner. You are trying to do some kind of a recycling. So this is something which you can mention out over here. Then funding, in which currency your company operates. So this is going to be euro, since we are based in European Union. Now we move further. How much money you have raised? If you have already raised some money, you can mention over here. What is the annual turnover of your company? Whatever turnover, small, big, medium, you can just mention your turnover in this particular section. Don't at all feel hesitant or feel in any way inferior that maybe your turnover is something too less to report. No. So you have a company, you have a zeal, you are sincere, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to expand your business. Whatever your turnover is there, you can just mention it out over there. Submit your annual turnover forecast for the 12 month. Now here we are preparing a business plan where we are telling this is our current turnover and this is where we want to reach. This is our point of arrival. So here we are giving a statement of our future expenses, a statement of our future income revenues, and basically whether we are going to be profitable, not for profit, maybe not profit in the first year and then gets profitable in the next year, or maybe gets profitable in the next to next year, which year you are going to get break even. So preparation of this particular projections, preparation of this particular forecast, preparation of this particular business plan, if you can do it on your own, good enough. If you are not able to do on your own, then we at the Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences are there to provide you mentoring support to help you prepare a quality, concise, relevant, good business plan. What was the net income profit for your company? So, like your company has been in existence for 1 year, then you can report it for 23. If your company has been in operation beyond 1 year, you can mention it for 2021, 2022. Now let us move further. Here you can just upload a video. This is an optional requirement. If you want to upload some kind of a video of your manufacturing, of your office, of your product, of your service offering, you can speak about your service offering and you can upload it. This will add a little bit further strength to your application, because now the funding, VISA, Luminor, Novator, they can basically look at the entrepreneur. They can just see what is the mission vision of this entrepreneur, why she is looking for this kind of a funding support. So in that video, they can get to know you a little bit much better. They can relate to you. If you have some kind of a YouTube channel, you can share the YouTube channel link. Then this is finally the closing section of that particular application form. I have read the competition rules. I do not agree. So you have to select. So it has to be the first option. Then this is the email you have to basically mention. You have to subscribe to their email list so that you keep on getting email alerts about these kind of funding support, other initiative which are being taken by Visa, and you can also get to know about the outcome of your application. So this is the digital community platform, which is basically you will be able to join once you sign up for registering and applying in the She's Next Visa program. You will have the access to their digital community. You will find a lot of stories, success stories, as I've already told you. Now we are towards the closing slides. These are few slides which I want to very importantly mention, that here we have mentioned some bullet points for other funding sources, for other kind of access to finance. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the session, it does not at all mean if you are not able to get selected in this She's Next funding program from Visa, then maybe your idea did not had a potential. I am a firm believer that your every idea has a potential. They just require some mentoring, guidance, hand holding support. So these are the other platforms, these are other resources within the Estonia, from the government of Estonia, where you can apply for funding, grant support, and Estonian University of Applied Sciences there to help you apply in, to understand what are the eligibility conditions, to provide you information when is the new grant, when is the new kind of a loan or maybe some kind of a funding option is available. So there are funding platform, there are crowdfunding platform. So you have the employment insurance fund where you are given support to start your own venture. So these are some platforms which we are going to discuss at length in the subsequent webinar. But my main objective is to tell you not to feel in any way that two ideas only get selected. Your idea may get selected in any of these other options which are available, and there are many of them. So you have the Talent Entrepreneurship Center, you have the Enterprise Estonia, you have the Business Startup Subsidy. The subsidy is up to 6,000 euros, which is available from the Estonian Unemployment Insurance Fund. So there are a lot of counseling, county development centers which are available, which can provide you funding support, which can provide you counseling, business mentoring support. Then we have certain like funding resources which are also available from the European Union. So in terms of access to EU finance, there are a lot of schemes, program, grants which are available from the European Union, and Estonia is a member state of the European Union. So maybe you can apply there as well if you are not able to get through in this particular program. So you have lot of funding resources from EU, from the government of Estonia, from the international entrepreneurship ecosystem. Only what is required from you is your sincerity, commitment to being self-employed, to be a successful entrepreneur. Now, I have shown you again to, because if you see, I have in the beginning, I have shared you, there are two survey findings. One is access to funding and next is the market potential. So access to funding, I've already discussed with you. Now I'm just showing you a few slides where how to enhance your business revenue, how to enhance your cash flow, how to be profitable. If you're already profitable, how to scale up to the next level. If you are, maybe you don't have any revenues, you are not able to have, you are in loss, how to convert that loss into an opportunity by accessing these business opportunities, these tenders, these marketing platform. So the first one is from the Estonian government public procurement register, wherein you have all kind of business opportunities, whether product based, service based, or virtual, they are listed here. You can apply as an SME, you can apply. And again, how to understand the public procurement register, how to look for tender opportunities, how to apply them, how to prepare a good proposal. Either you can do on your own, or we at Entrepreneurship University of Applied Sciences can help you. So this is some stats from the public procurement portal. So 10,959 procurement started. This is something latest. So 8,332 22 companies that participated in the tenders. And the most important thing is 93% share of SMEs. So in the public procurement portal, whatever tenders are listed from this particular 2024 statistics, 93% of the tender awards have been given out to the SMEs, which is a huge number. And again, I will show you in the subsequent slides. There are regular new tenders which are posted in the public procurement register. So this is that what I was just discussing. You have services. You can join the public procurement portal as a service provider, as an entrepreneur who has a product or a service, or you can maybe list your procurement opportunity. You are someone who is looking for some kind of a subcontractor. You are someone who is looking for some kind of a input supply. So you can be either a entrepreneur who wants to get business opportunity, so you can be part of this digital platform, or you want to be something who wants access to, or they want to list their own tenders. They have some work which has to be done, they have some product or services which have to be manufactured or provided, but they are looking for business partners. So that opportunity can also be listed on this particular public procurement platform. Now here we have tried to list various kind of things, products, construction work, services, so that you have a confidence that the public procurement website is not only limited to product based tenders. They can have a construction work related tender, they can have a product based business opportunity, they can have services based business opportunity. I was looking at the website. There are business opportunities on the public procurement register. Like they are looking for English language teachers. Uh, they are looking for how to make new immigrants coming to Estonia learn the Estonian language. They are looking for maybe some kind of a entrepreneur who has a very good expertise in content creation. So to develop a training program on intellectual property rights, training program on self-employment. So there are all kind of business opportunities, product, service, or construction, which you can find on this particular portal and you can apply. So services, so architecture, financial intermediation, hotel, restaurant, retail, IT, real estate, then services related to oil and gas, agriculture, forestry, horticulture, aquaculture, beekeeping, repair and maintenance, sewage, waste disposal, something which has to do with sustainability, waste management, climate risk mitigation, transport services, support and auxiliaries, a travel agency, research and development, consulting, legal marketing. They are all non-tech products. They are basically service providers. So they are also included as part of the tender opportunities which are listed on the public procurement portal. Then this is a business opportunity platform from the European Union. And as you can see, selling products in the EU. So one is how to sell within Estonia, how to sell it to the government of Estonia through the public procurement register, or how to sell products within the European Union, how to sell product internationally. So these are certain platforms which I have basically put it as a slide so that you as a woman entrepreneur gets confidence that yes, first there is this help desk which will help me to identify or validate my business idea, will help me to access funds, will help me to market my products, will help me to do compliance, documentation, so that as a woman entrepreneur, I can focus on my business. This particular help desk will help you to set up your website, e-commerce platform, etc. This is again a digital SME like Alliance, Market Space. So a lot of marketing platforms are there. Uh, in the European Union, within the government of Estonia, I spoke about the public procurement. So I spoke about European digital SME. This is specifically for the SMEs. They can register themselves and there will be a matchmaking between somebody who is looking for a similar kind of a product or service in which you are dealing for, and you can have a online matchmaking, and then through email, through a video session, online meeting, you can further discuss your business, and maybe look for joint opportunities, revenue opportunities, and you can participate in that. So you can, there is also a provision, you can present your business, you can pitch your business, so all these benefits are there. You can showcase your business, find business partner network. Now, as you can see, for accessing this website, European Digital SME Alliance, you can see this cost is there. Again, important thing, you don't need to pay this, because once you apply for your She's Next funding support program from Visa, in the business plan, you can perhaps mention that you require a monthly €125 expense reimbursement. You require a funding support to pay for these kind of marketing expenses. So those €10,000 can help you to maybe buy an individual enterprise, to maybe buy an annual, so that you can participate in these kind of online networking events. You can participate in these kind of online digital platforms which help you to sell your product or your services, or maybe to undertake any kind of a creative product offering. So this way, through this €10,000 grant, and you can save on your expenses, you can save on your cost. Again, this is a procurement portal, United Nations Global Marketplace, procurement opportunities. I have, from my experience, seen there are many entrepreneurs who are not aware of these international procurement platforms, which are pretty straight, simple, easy to understand, and you have a global market. Because when we speak about United Nations Global Marketplace, that basically means that United Nations is having their global operations. In some country, it could be a relief operation. In some country, it could be an infrastructure program. It could be a fintech in maybe some other country. It could be marine faced. So how to apply in those procurement opportunities? This is UNGM is a global marketplace where you can register and then you can start looking for business marketing opportunities. Again, there is a registration fees which can be made part of your business plan and then submitted for this funding program at Visa. The good thing is the moment you mention these kind of like welcome to the United Nations Global Marketplace or to the European Digital SME Alliance, you will be able to justify that you have, if you get this 10,000 euro grant, this is how you plan to spend it. This is how you plan to utilize it to basically expand, accelerate your business growth. Then again, this is the World Bank procurement website. So just a lot of procurement opportunities are listed. So you have a lot of procurement opportunities which are listed on the EU, which are listed on the World Bank, which are listed within the European Union, which are listed within Estonia. So this will help you to basically apply in the tenders. And since these are government platforms, they are very transparent, they are ethical, and sky's the limit if you have a will. This is how you register as a vendor, as a supplier in the World Bank. We are going to do a separate webinar on this as part of the education entrepreneurship series. This is again like they have some projects in Slovenia, South Africa. So you can look for projects within EU, you can look for projects within Estonia, or if you are internationally mobile, you can look and apply. Again, this is towards the end of the presentation. So again, a very good VConnect International platform. Now, VConnect International is a platform for marketing support. VConnect International is a platform which basically is representative of global multinational corporations, global companies which are based out of Olomouc city. So, but they are looking for, they have a lot of procurement like opportunities. So as part of the VConnect International, those multinationals are registered in the VConnect and they post their tender opportunities, and you can apply in those tender opportunities either as a solopreneur or you can apply it in partnership with other business partners. Okay, so it again provides you a very ethical, accredited platform for enhancing your revenue opportunity, of trying to enter new markets, of familiarizing your products and services. So again, on this particular platform, there is also like you can get your organization certified, because once you get a accreditation from get certified from the WEC Connect, it adds to your business profile. Similarly, in Estonia, you have the Responsible Business Forum, which basically does a due diligence scanning of your business, and then on the evaluation assessment completed, they award you Responsible Business Forum accreditation. These are all which helps you to get marketing. This is also something which confidence to the potential buyers that yes, your company has these acclaimed, these reputed, these transparent, non-biased certifications, and then maybe you can place your particular orders. So finally, after being through all this information, hope it may have given you some motivation, it may have given you some guidance, it may have provided you how you can benefit and grow as an individual, as a professional. So are you ready to take the next step with your business? Now we are at the end of this session, and if there are any Q&As, you have any questions, you can just mention in the chat, you can just raise your hand, or once this particular video is uploaded, you can just mention in the comment box.